Well, you said something and I was going to hype on that for a moment because you were talking about your process previously was to go to magazines to kind of to give you that spark of inspiration to kind of get that creative flow going, and then yeah, then it just reminded me of my own scenario where I think was kind of the kicker of kiwilane in general. And I believe I've shared this with you before, but yeah, I had not scrapbooked for a while. So definitely when you don't do something for a while, you feel rusty and we had just moved and, I had just had a baby before that. And so, no, I had no sense of scrapbooking, but I also felt like I was losing a sense of me as well, right? In that mix of it, because um, life was busy. And so because of that, my husband David was very much like, you need to go scrapbook, like you need to plan some time, like you need to go do something you want. And bless his heart, very very kind of him to be aware of that. But my mother-in-law Debbie was coming into town, and so I thought this is a good opportunity, like this is something we have in common, we connect on scrapbooking, it's both something we enjoy. But anyway, so she definitely came into town, and then we sat down. David took the kids, I think he was taking over to McDonald's in the park. So he was like, I'm going to be alone for like 4 hours. Like he had planned 4 hours. He's like, is that good? And I'm thinking, yeah, I can get something done. Like I can do this in 4 hours. And I sat down at the scrapbooking table, I get my stuff out, right? Which is so much that just overwhelmed me, because I was like taking all these things out of boxes because I didn't have a scrapbook room at this time, and putting them out on the table. And Debbie had her stuff that she brought with her, and okay, we're good. We have everything we need. We could do this. And I remember looking at the page and being like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like not one idea. There was nothing. There was no framework for me to work inside of. There was no process for me to follow to get me started. There was nothing for me to pull from to kind of to get me going, to kickstart something. And I mention that because I depend on those things now to kind of kickstart me now, right? But so yeah, when you were talking about how you were like, oh, I looked through magazines, I went to the computer, which the computer was in another room. So I left my guest at the table to go to my computer room. And I remember a time was, how it is when we get on the computer. It's like an hour goes by and you're like, what? An hour and a half, what? Like, I'm looking on Pinterest, I'm trying to find something. And well, and then that was really my observation too, of like everything was one picture. And I was like, and so it wasn't that I wasn't finding stuff that was beautiful. It was I'm finding stuff that was beautiful. And then that just really kind of annoyed me more, because I'm thinking, oh, I'm not creative. Like I can't afford this. Like I can't afford like $7 of Prima flowers to put on one page with one picture. Like I was like, there's just no way. I can't do this. And anyways, so long story short, in the sense, I got lost in
I was just
looking
going
for
to say,
ideas versus actually scrapbooking. Like I didn't do anything. I was going nowhere for at least an
exactly.
hour
I
and
know.
a half.
And when you look through things like the magazine or the computer, you love this beautiful layout, but then you got to buy this $20, $30, or even $100 tool to make it look like that.